welcome to Book Nerd TV. I've been doing BookTube for about 3 months at this point. I believe I posted my first video in July. And since that time, I've run across tags and read-alongs or read-a-thons. I just did my first tag. It was a BookTube newbie tag that I posted about 2 weeks ago at this point. It was around that time of investigating BookTube tags and other sort of events that happen on BookTube. Then I ran across, actually, I was looking at Musical Tati. I subscribed to her, and she mentioned as a part of one of her book updates that she was participating in a Read-A-Thon hosted by SFF 180. She actually said that if you hadn't ever seen like an announcement video for one of these things, to go watch his announcement video, because the announcement video was amazing. So of course I went to look at the announcement video. I was just looking at it for the video quality, which is amazing. It's such a job well done, Thomas, job well done. It was such an amazing and imaginative, well-produced announcement or video that I thought, oh, this is, I love the quality of that. Plus, SFF 180 is, of course, about science fiction fantasy, kind of my wheelhouse, or one of my favorite genres anyway. And since the Read-A-Thon is in my wheelhouse, science fiction fantasy, I thought, well, why not participate? Because I hadn't done a Read-A-Thon before. This will be my first one. Now, I know it's halfway through September, but I do have my books. I had to order one, but I do have my books that I'll be reading for the Read-A-Thon. The first one is something that I already had, and it's called Eggheads. It's a book I bought many, many years ago, and I promise you, I thought I'd read the book before, but as I either reread it or read it again for the first time, I don't know. But whether I'm reading it for the first time or rereading it, if I've read it before, I totally do not remember the story. So it's a lot like me reading it for the first time. And usually, even if it's a book I read many, many years ago, I tend to remember at least some of the plot. But I don't even know that it's vaguely familiar. I just feel like I thought that I read it before, but at any rate. So I'm reading Eggheads by Emily Davenport, and it's an author that I actually have loved for a very long time. For my novella prompt, I'm reading All Systems Read by Martha Wells. Now, Martha Wells is actually another author that I enjoy a great deal. The first actual book review or book discussion that I posted on this channel was her Death of a Necromancer, and I find that I'm enjoying All Systems Read as well, even though it's actually a very different book from Death of a Necromancer, which kind of shows you her range. She has a pretty good range going from fantasy to science fiction. It's a short read, so I'll be done with it in plenty of time for October. The last book, and I just started reading it, is Foundation by Isaac Asimov. Of course, Asimov is an OG in the science fiction community, and this fulfills the prompt of reading a book that was published before I was born. I just started reading the book, so I really don't have I don't even have impressions just yet. I'm just now kind of getting myself into the book. I will say that since this book was published in the 50s, oh, hope that doesn't date me. But anyway, since the book was published in the 50s, the thing that I noticed is the difference in the use of the language, the way the prose flows. The use of language differs from the way we use language today. I realize that Asimov is telling this story about a time 20, 30, 40,000 years into the future, but still the way he constructs a sentence differs noticeably from the way we use language now. And it's just something that I've just noticed. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just something that I've noticed as I'm advancing into the book. Here we have the 3 books that I'm reading for the SFF 180 Space Opera Read-A-Thon. I'm going to encourage you to go to SFF 180, to his channel, to Thomas's channel, and check out that amazing announcement video. And I know it's halfway through the month, and if you're a very fast reader, I would encourage you to go ahead and jump into the Read-A-Thon. The one prompt that I'm not going to do, simply because I just couldn't find a book that I wanted to read that was over 500 pages. I think a lot of people are picking Dune. I tried to read Dune maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I did not like it at all. So Thomas has set up these different pathways. You can go the Federation route by reading this particular set of books authored by this particular type of author, or you can go the privateer pirate route, again, based on type of book that you read, type of author that authored the book. So, but please go over to his channel, check out that announcement video, even if you don't think you're going to jump into the Read-A-Thon, because again, it ends at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken, the end of September. You still may want to just go and check out that amazing announcement video. It is, I haven't seen a lot of them, but if his is the standard, then they're all amazing, because his is, like I said, I really enjoyed the creativity, the production value. It was just, that video is just really, really well done. And again, bravo to Thomas, because it inspired me to hop into my very first Read-A-Thon. One last thing, I have received such positive response from doing the newbie, the BookTube newbie tag. The people, especially other booktubers specifically, have reached out to me and just been very welcoming, and I just want to say thank you to all of those booktubers who reached out. Booktubers, author tubers, small business tubers, that's a thing. Anyway, I want to reach out to all of those people on YouTube who reached out to me and said very welcoming things, very positive things. It really made me feel welcome, and I feel fortunate to be among such kind and generous folks. So thank you very much. Well, that's all I have for today, book nerds. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like. And if you're enjoying the content on my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I post a new video, which seems to be every Wednesday, the internet willing and the modem doesn't break, then go ahead and hit that subscription bell. And remember, no matter what's going on in your life or what's happening within your day, there's always time to read. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you later.